What's up everyone? It's Dean Aronovich here and welcome back to my channel. I'm back here for another episode of learning about Toronto's commercial real estate world and more. Let's strategize, acquire and grow. The latest numbers are in. Overall inflation dropped to 1.7% year over year in April 2025. Sounds great, right? But if your grocery bill still feels sky high, you're not alone. The official numbers say one thing, but your wallet says another. Why? Because that inflation number is just an average, a mix of everything from gas to groceries. Some prices are falling, but others, especially essentials, are still stubbornly high. It's like seeing a sale sign, but not on what you actually need. So what's really going on? Why does the headline number feel so different from your reality? Today we'll break down what's actually cheaper, what's not, and why your budget still feels squeezed. Understanding this can help you make smarter choices. It's all about knowing where your money is going, and finding ways to keep more of it in your pocket. Let's get to the bottom of these numbers. Because if inflation's down, why does it still feel so expensive? Let's dig in. Here's what you need to know. That 1.7% figure comes from the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, a basket of goods tracked by Statistics Canada. It covers everything from housing to food to transportation. The big reason for the drop? Cheaper energy, especially gasoline. Gas prices have fallen thanks to increased global supply and the removal of the federal carbon tax. If you drive, you've probably noticed it at the pump. Since transportation is a big part of most budgets, lower gas pulls the average inflation number down. But here's the catch. Just because gas is cheaper doesn't mean everything else is. The CPI is a broad average. It doesn't reflect everyone's experience. If you don't drive much, you might not feel any relief. That's why the headline number can be misleading. To really understand what's happening, we need to look at inflation without energy prices. That's where the real story is for most families. So what happens when we take energy out of the equation? Let's find out. The numbers might surprise you. Exclude energy, and inflation jumps to 2.9%, much higher than the headline. That's why your wallet still feels the pinch. Groceries are a big culprit. Prices for basics like beef and coffee keep climbing. Even dining out costs more, as restaurants pass on higher ingredient and labor costs. So, your favorite meal out? It's pricier than last year. Travel is another pain point. Flights and hotels are up, making vacations harder to afford. These aren't luxuries for many, they're regular parts of life. The bottom line, while gas is cheaper, food and travel are still getting more expensive. That's what's driving the real inflation you feel. It's not just about averages, it's about what you actually buy. And for most people, those everyday essentials are still a struggle. So, if you're feeling squeezed, you're not imagining it. The numbers back you up. Let's talk about what you can do to fight back. Saving money is more important than ever. So how can you save when prices won't budge? Start with groceries. Buy seasonal produce, plan meals around sales, and try store brands. Make a list and stick to it. Impulse buys add up fast. For travel, book early, be flexible with dates, and use loyalty programs for deals. Consider less popular destinations for better value. Every little bit helps. Now about those new US tariffs on Canadian goods. For now, the impact on your wallet is low. The targeted products aren't everyday essentials for most Canadians. But trade policies can change quickly, so it's worth keeping an eye on. If tariffs expand, they could eventually affect prices or jobs here. For now, focus on what you can control, your own spending. Stay alert to changes, but don't panic. The global economy can shift fast, but smart habits help you stay ahead. Let's wrap up with what all this means for your family. Inflation is complicated, but you can take steps to protect your budget. Here's how. Inflation affects your purchasing power, how far your money goes. Even if gas is cheaper, higher grocery bills can wipe out those savings. That's the reality for many families right now. Want to see how inflation hits you personally? Try Statistics Canada's personal inflation calculator. Enter your spending habits and see your own inflation rate. It might be higher than the national average. The key is to know where your money's going. Track your spending, look for savings, and adjust your budget as needed. The overall inflation rate is down, but not all costs are. Stay informed and make smart choices. Understanding these numbers is the first step to taking control. Inflation is complicated, but you can outsmart it. Thanks for watching. Comment down below what other topics you want us to cover. Let us know what you think about this video. Like, Subscribe and share this video to help other business owners and investors be successful. Reach out to me and the team today. Let us assist you in finding the ideal space for your venture, because a great location is the foundation of every successful business. Stay tuned for our next topic. See you next week.